From the beginning, we understand that this is a medium-level crisis issue of quality control. The issue is brought to our attention by the FDA and CDC regarding botulinum's Renew Moisture Lock. If this crisis is left unattended, this could move from a medium crisis level to a high crisis level. So the first thing we want to do is be aware of the FDA and the CDC's warning post. And once we are notified of that, we need to notify the team leader and start gathering facts about the warning post, reports, interviews. The interview consisted of 30 participants and 26 were noted to have an infection. Although it has not been proven to be directly related to botulinum's Renew Moisture Lock, we still want to get ahead of this before it turns into something more severe. So, again, we want to assess the severity of the crisis situation using the crisis level matrix. If we can, we want to convene the crisis communications team within the next 1 to 2 hours. The sooner the better. We want to have any legal team members present if we believe it is necessary, or any other external resources like the CDC or FDA advisory committee. We also need to identify key audiences who are going to be targeted in this case. In this case, who is affected? Botulinum, stakeholders, retailers, publics, etc. And then we want to maintain what quality or identify what quality product is being questioned. In this case, it's botulinum's Renew Moisture Lock. And then we need to identify, does the CDC and the FDA's warning posts include photos, or is it just text? And then we also want to identify if anyone is in direct or immediate danger from this crisis. For us, it's not directly or immediate danger because it is not proven to be associated, the infection is not proven to be associated with the moisture lock by botulinum. We also need to work about identifying who is included in future proceedings, whether it be retailers, customers, stakeholders, etc. Then we need to analyze the event in crisis. What happened? Is there a possible correlation between the product of botulinum and the infection? So far, there is not. The extent of damage or injuries includes 26 out of 30 interviewees who identified that they had an outbreak of infection. Is there any legal or liability regulatory concerns involved? Yes, if they are directly related to the infection, but not yet because there is no proof of that. Primary responders include the FDA and the CDC in this case. So next we need to organize a media holding statement based on the information identified above. Contact the social media team leader to monitor social media concerning the report, and then if necessary, log all of the social media trackings. This is going to be done by the crisis communications team leader. And then we want to hold a media holding statement, which is also going to be created by the communications team and given by the crisis communications spokesperson. We also want to identify that single spokesperson before we put out any statements or messages. You also want to prepare mass media statements, so phone, email, in person. You want to identify and familiarize the statement and use messaging tactics and inform the audience of the spokesperson. This also includes informing key audience members, which is staff, stakeholders, etc. And then you also want to construct a crisis communication handout with any contact information that may be needed, spokesperson information, messaging, actions taken, and then distribute it to all of the botulinum organization to ensure that everyone is briefed of past, present, and future steps that might be taken. You also want to continue to monitor media coverage and key audience reactions and respond accordingly, whether that be adjusting messages or trying a new approach. And then you keep reassessing the ongoing crisis until resolved, and hopefully that's resolved with as little collateral damage as possible.